Hi everybody, welcome back to What Was Mommy Thinking? My name is Crystal. I'm a full-time working mom with 3 amazing boys, and we live in Texas. If you are new here, please consider subscribing and sticking around for more of the fun. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy that you're here. For Vlogmas Day 21, yes, 21, there's only 4 days left. We're gonna make one of our favorite little treats. This is a holiday treat. Well, it's a treat for any time. Come on, let's be honest. And this is super easy to make. You can make it quick. The original recipe I of course have modified, like I modify every recipe that I touch. And so I thought I would share it with you today as I make it. Okay, so what we're making today is a s'mores cookie bar, right? So super easy. I'm starting with a 13 by 9 pan that I have lightly sprayed. And I've got a couple tablespoons of melted butter in this bowl. And we're just gonna crush some graham crackers. I'm just gonna do it right in this baggie instead of in like a food processor. We're just gonna go with what we've got here. I think there's a pack. I know my kids, there's a pack in this bag already open. So we're gonna take these out. And the goal for making this crust is just to lightly coat the graham crackers. I don't even touch or shove a Ziploc bag, right? The goal is to just lightly coat them in the butter enough to where we can stick them in the pan. If you have any aggression or anger built up, this is the dessert for you because you've got to squish it. Squish their little heads. Okay, so once you've got quite a bit of that beat up, and I hold it over the bowl when I'm squishing it because inevitably I go all, Hercules and bust a hole in the bag and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and dump that in, grab a spoon, and start to stir and see what we've got here. And it doesn't matter if you've got some bigger pieces in there, that's just fine. I need more crackers. I may not even use the baggie this time. If your kids love s'mores, then this is a great treat to have for them. You can serve it straight out of the oven warm with some ice cream on top of it, and they will go bananas. Don't put bananas in it though, that would probably be so gross. Maybe just a couple more crackers. So we're gonna open one more pack of graham crackers. You don't want that crust to be too, I don't like the word that begins with an M, so I'm going to say too not dry. It's a thing now. Most nurses have a word. Most people have a word. That's just one of mine. We also have a body fluid that none of us can handle, and we trade off chores with other nurses to take that one body chore. Yeah, mine's phlegm. Can't do phlegm. I hate phlegm. I don't know why I'm talking about phlegm while I'm making dessert. That's gross. I'm probably going to cut that out. No, maybe not. Okay, so crust looks good. We're going to go ahead and put this in the bottom of this bowl or pan. Straight out of the bowl. Set that to the side. And you just want a very, very, very thin layer. You don't want the graham cracker to be overpowering. And you can buy graham cracker crumbs already crushed up at the store in a box. They're just a little bit more expensive, but I had these in the pantry when I went looking for a special little snack to make for movie night. This is what I found. Alright, so I'm going to go throw this in a 350-degree oven for just a few minutes while we make the rest. Okay, now that that's in the oven, I do have to go over to the microwave and do 4 tablespoons. Oh no. Oh no. It's a half a cup of butter. No wonder this is so yummy. I'm just going to use this same bowl that already has graham cracker crumbs in it because it's all going in the same dish in the end anyway. And I'm going to go throw this in the microwave and get it melted. All right, while that's melting, let's go ahead and get these other ingredients in here. I've got 1 box of just yellow cake mix. You can use whatever is your favorite. And then you're going to put in 2 eggs. And then we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. All right, and then we just got to get the melted butter, and then we're going to give this a good mix. Oh, butter's done. Now we're cooking with angry butter. It popped in the microwave. All right, so let's get this in here. And then we're just going to give this a mix. Okay guys, I'm super sorry about having to do a voiceover for this segment, but my German Shepherd heard the mixer start and decided it was a sing-along instead of me cooking. So I'm going to speed this part of the video up anyway because there's not a whole lot going on here. Again, in the mixer, I've got a box of cake mix, 2 eggs, and a little more than a teaspoon of vanilla. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting up these big square marshmallows. I didn't have any miniature marshmallows. Shocker of all shocker, my kids are home, so my marshmallows are missing. But what I decided to do was take these big square ones that we use for s'mores and just chop them up into bite-sized pieces as best that I could. They were sticking to my knife. They were sticking to everything. So I did the best that I could there. And it all works out in the end, right? Just like most things, we think we're making a mess, and in the end, it all works out just fine. So I think that I did probably 5 or 6 of these big marshmallows, and I cut them into about 9 pieces a piece. And what you see me doing here is adding 2 cups of chocolate chips to the mixture that's already in there. I go ahead and give it a quick mix, and then you're going to see me take everything off, and I'm going to take my spatula and give it a really good scoop from the bottom. For some reason with my stand mixer, I don't know if you guys have KitchenAids, let me know if yours does this, but for some reason, like the stuff on the very bottom of the bowl, when I use this paddle attachment, doesn't always do a super great job of getting everything combined, and I always have to end up going in and doing that part by hand. So I've gone and got the graham crackers out from the oven, and all I'm doing here is I'm going to scrape everything off and get it in the bowl, and then you're going to see me scrape, and I'm going to dollop, which basically means plop or drop little bits of this all over the graham crackers because it's hard to spread on top of the graham crackers. So really what I'm going to do is do my best to place these little plops of this stuff all over the graham crackers, and then I'm going to spray my spatula with a little bit of cooking spray and just kind of press it down so that it's kind of mushed together and combines that way. It is not going to be evenly spread, and it is not going to be pretty. And again, it may look messy now, but it's going to work out just fine in the end. So I'm going to get all of this cake batter with chocolate chips out of this bowl and on top of these graham crackers, spread that out. And then the last thing that I'm going to do before this goes into the oven is I'm going to take all those little bits of the marshmallows that I cut up and just sprinkle those along the top. They do not need to get mixed into your batter or combined into your batter. As a matter of fact, I've done it that way and it does not work out well. I like to just sprinkle them across the top so they get this nice melty toasted thing going on. And yes, that is a very technical culinary term. I like to do that so that they get kind of oozy and everything there on top. So here I'm just spraying that spatula with the cooking spray, and I'm really just kind of mushing. I mean, there's no technique here, you guys. If you've ever used a fly swatter, it's kind of the same principle, just softer. So I'm just going to mush it down to where it looks semi-even. And yes, some of the graham crackers shift around, and that's fine. So then all I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle these marshmallows on top, and then it's going to go into a 350-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes, and you'll judge it by looking at it. You want the edges to be brown, and you want those marshmallows to be melted and just a little bit toasted. You don't want them too dark, because then they're going to get chewy when it cools. So that's what you're going to see me do here, and in the oven it will go. Okay guys, we are all done and out of the oven, and would you look at that? I mean, really, does it get any better than that? We like ours to be just brown around the edges. Marshmallows just ever so slightly toasted. But you can see here that the cookie's done all the way through, the graham crackers on the bottom. I cheated and took it out a couple minutes. No, it was done. But this is what it looks like when it's completely done. And much to my kids' dismay, it does have to be completely cooled before you can cut into it. So we will let it cool. When you're ready to serve this, cut it up, put it on a plate or in a bowl with some ice cream, some syrup if you want some caramel syrup or some chocolate syrup on it. Or you can sprinkle some chopped pecans or walnuts or anything like that that you want to put on it. For us, this nice, simple, basic way is absolutely best. And you can actually refer to these as junk bars, because you can put whatever you want in that basic recipe. Just the 5 ingredients of cake mix, chocolate chips, eggs, melted butter, and vanilla. And then you can add whatever you want to add to it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm sorry about having to do a voiceover for most of it, because my German Shepherd decided she wanted to make her debut, and she was quite vocal. But thanks for sticking around till the end. I hope you guys are all doing well, having an amazing day, counting down the moments until Santa arrives and gives you everything you ever wanted. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.